The XRP price is up 5% in the last hour. And actually, over the entire day here, XRP is up 8% and is actually the best performer in the entire top 100. And this is exactly what I've been shouting at you guys for the last couple of days. That XRP, as we speak, is in a perfect period for a crazy amount of FOMO. And I want you guys to be ready. I've said this many times before. I don't think that $10 in XRP is actually that high. And I honestly, from the core of my heart, believe that these people telling you $10,000, $35,000, whatever all those prices are trying to harm the community. But I think because of all those crazy predictions, people have started to fail to understand exactly where it's meant to go. If you seriously, and I have this conversation quite often, if you seriously consider where XRP is at, from the utility perspective, where it gets integrated, what Ripple's plans for it are, you just start to understand it's too huge for words. Anyway, I don't want to be here to tell you guys that same story about the utility. I just want to prepare you guys once more with a very short video with what about to happen. Because once more, right now as we speak, XRP is the best performer in the top 100, the best performer over the last hour, and is just doing extremely well. Right after I've been telling you that the moment that it starts to roll, and this is what you got to be prepared for, the moment it starts to roll, most likely there will be no stopping it because people are pretty simple creatures. You and I, we're quite similar. We're very simple. We want to make money. And so if there's a crypto where the risk is relatively low, but the reward is extremely high, people are like, I might want that. But they're not pressured enough. They're only gonna start being pressured once some of the masses start to understand, okay, from any risk reward perspective, it's been so long since this lawsuit started. Right now, relatively, the price is still at a pretty good discount. I should definitely pick some up. It's going to be a snowball effect, and I'm not saying that the price is only going to continue up from here. Right now, you're seeing a little hint of that FOMO that's most likely set to start rather soon. I'm in no way, shape, or form telling you guys to buy right now because that would be playing into the FOMO. What I am saying is we can go back to some of my older strategies of actually putting open a long position on XRP for in case this lawsuit ends. That way, we're reaping most of the benefits from any sort of price rise. But more importantly, to understand that what we're seeing right now is very small. As I've said before, guys, I think the actual FOMO, and a lot of lawyers like John Deaton have also stated this, will only start forming once we get above $1, potentially even $2, and it's going to go quite hard. And I do still believe that that might even happen before the lawsuit is over. And once it's over, our initial predictions were double the all-time high. But right now, as the market is basically poised for the bull run to basically start from here on forward, I mean, recently we've been talking a lot about where Bitcoin is at, but generally speaking, we've got ourselves some massive bounces. We talked about all the analytics that showcase that the bottom for Bitcoin and thus for the crypto market is in. And because of halving cycles, I do believe that the second half here of 2023 is going to be continuing towards the upside with an all-time high somewhere at the end of 2024 where we break above 69,000, but generally the upwards direction. And as you guys might know, Bitcoin was at, let's just say, about $20,000 the moment that Ripple got into a lot of trouble and actually went about 250% up from that point. XRP was only at about 60 cents when it happened, but if we consider the previous all-time high for Bitcoin being at roughly $20,000, and considering XRP at $3 at that same point, it went to about 3 times. I know it's actually about 3.5, but let's just say 3 times the all-time high, which would also put XRP at roughly $10 just to get to those previous points. But this would be the first properly regulated crypto in the US, sorta aside from Bitcoin, but still understand it'd be the only one. Ethereum's not safe, Algorand not safe. Almost nothing is safe, and then XRP will be the only one where the SEC couldn't win over them besides Bitcoin. And from that perspective, $10 with all the amount of crazy FOMO they're going to get is pretty low. I personally still have my target at about $12, but I don't think it's all going to happen in one day. It might actually take a little bit of time. Probably as far as I am concerned, right? If it's right now in this meme season where people are just willing to put money into things and they're really eager to go crazy, there's actually a potential that it seriously goes above $7, $8 within a very short amount of time. Because if we're thinking about it, I've got my bags. Not sure why I put that as bags. I've got my Okay, I know it's a Tron bag, but, you know, it's like symbolically speaking, right? I've got my bags freaking filled. I wanted to throw it, but then I was like, nah. Now that I'm speaking about it so much, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to buy some more XRP. Why? Because screw everybody. I don't care what people say on Twitter. People have been laughing at me like crazy. I don't give a shit. I know what I'm holding, and I don't care what anybody else says. I honestly have had so many funny conversations with people, BitBoy being one of them. You guys gotta understand, YouTubers in a couple of months are gonna go crazy on XRP, being crazy bullish, etc., etc. Remember, all right, who was there in the times when XRP was in such a bad position? We've been here through thick and thin, and remember, we got through it all together. And so, you know, when I check this out, that's always in the background. This is like a little Binance coin that I've got. One cool thing I might actually do is get some XRP coins, some physical coins like this, and actually send them to a couple of subscribers. If you guys would like one of those coins, let me know in the comment section down below. Might give away 10 or so just for fun. Once more, guys, I am not affiliated with Ripple. I've never received XRP from Ripple at all. I've been in direct contact with Ripple only because I've met some of those guys face to face. I've never sent an email to Ripple, never received an email from them. Just want you guys to understand here. I'm not biased. I don't want you guys to buy XRP. That's not what I'm here for. All I'm here is to tell you guys about my own investment and why I think I made a banger of a choice and why I think it's about to rip. That's it. What you do is completely your own decision. And so if things go wrong, blame yourself for being not diligent enough or making the wrong choice. Because in my own opinion, if XRP doesn't deliver, if it goes wrong, too bad. I've got a juicy crypto portfolio as a whole to back it up. But from a risk reward perspective, I think XRP should be, in my own portfolio, a very good percentage. And in my own portfolio, actually until quite recently, it was always the biggest crypto I held. Right now, it actually might be Ethereum because I've been doing a lot of trading where I don't cash out to dollars, but I cash out to Ethereum. And the XRP trading has been quite shallow, quite low because the price didn't really move a lot. And please, again, understand that let's get back to it. Right now, I am not guaranteeing that the XRP price is going to continue to rise only from here on forward. But what I am saying is that right now you should understand that what we're seeing right here is a little bit of hype, a little bit of ecstasyism. But you can see these guys also starting to post these articles of the FOMO that's about to kick in as things get closer to an end goal. And right now we're very close to it. And last but not least, one thing I'll tell you actually is be very freaking careful over on Twitter. Apparently these hackers out there are very freaking smart. And here's a conversation from Da Vinci. Not the one that's been dead for a while, but Da Vinci, our Bitcoin man. And he basically says that it's a Twitter insider thing. I just don't want you guys to lose money. The simple thing here being, if all of a sudden an account starts pushing some really crazy stuff with comments disabled, probably it's a scam. And a little side note, the way that DAI says it, pretend you're Ripple. You have $1 billion in cash. The SEC is seeking $1.4 billion in disgorgement. Do you spend $250 million on Medico if you don't already know what, if any, of that $1.38 billion that they're seeking you might have to pay? Not in my world, you don't. This is one of the many reasons I think this thing is over in a good way. And people often criticize by saying, well, you've thought that for a long while. Just understand it's all about probabilities, and right now as we speak, I personally think, as well as a lot of others, that we're close to the end, and I'm expecting a freaking rip the moment that it does happen. But for right now, this is FOMO on top of FOMO on top of FOMO. All I keep saying is don't be the last one to buy at the end of a wave, but I believe the general direction, as long as Bitcoin continues on this path, is upwards throughout the second half of the year and actually throughout 2024 as well, because I think the bull run has started. Even though there might be lower levels, I don't think we're going to see any level for Bitcoin below 16,000. And all I can say about it is let's freaking go!